Today we're diving headfirst into a topic that's probably on all of our minds: the rising cost of food. It seems like every time we visit the grocery store, prices have jumped another notch. But 2025 is shaping up to be a real game changer. We're looking at a perfect storm of global instability, climate change, throwing curveballs at our agricultural systems, and yeah, let's not forget the ongoing energy crisis. These factors are creating a situation where putting food on the table is going to get even tougher. That's why I'm here to help. This channel is all about giving you the knowledge and the tools to navigate challenging times, whether it's a natural disaster, an economic downturn, or even just a temporary disruption in our food supply chains. We're talking about practical preparedness, and a big part of that is making sure you and your loved ones have access to food, no matter what. In this video, we're going to cover 7 specific foods that are poised to see some of the biggest price hikes in the coming year. But more importantly, we're going to discuss strategies for mitigating those increases. We'll talk about smart stocking up, finding alternative food sources, and even touch on some home preservation techniques. And don't forget to grab your free copy of my emergency food supply checklist down in the description below. It's packed with even more tips and resources to help you get started. And if you're ready to take your preparedness to the next level, consider joining our thriving online community of like-minded individuals. We share tips, support each other, and even have regular workshops on everything from food storage to gardening and beyond. You'll find the link for that in the description as well. Now let's get started. Eggs are a breakfast staple, a baking essential, and a quick and easy protein source when you're short on time. But here's the thing, those humble eggs are about to become a luxury item if we don't start preparing now. We all remember the bird flu outbreaks, right? They've been decimating poultry flocks and driving egg prices through the roof. And it's not just a temporary blip. Experts are predicting this is just the tip of the iceberg. So what can we do? The first line of defense is understanding shelf life. Did you know that you can actually freeze eggs? Just crack them open, whisk them up, and store them in freezer-safe containers for up to a year. You can also find powdered eggs, which have an even longer shelf life and are great for baking. And don't forget about alternative binding agents. Aquafaba, the liquid from canned chickpeas, can work wonders in vegan baking, and flaxseed or chia seed mixtures make excellent egg substitutes in many recipes. Now I know some of you might be thinking, Chris, this all sounds a bit extreme. But here's the deal, folks. Being prepared isn't about being paranoid, it's about being proactive. It's about having peace of mind, knowing that you and your family are ready for whatever life throws your way. Seeds are literally the foundation of our food supply. Without them, we're in big trouble. But the seed industry is facing some serious challenges these days, from extreme weather events wreaking havoc on harvests to geopolitical tensions disrupting global trade. We're already seeing the impact on cooking oils like sunflower and canola, with prices skyrocketing. And don't even get me started on the availability of certain heirloom seed varieties. That's why it's more crucial than ever to diversify your pantry with a variety of oils and stock up on seeds now, while they're still relatively affordable. Different oils have different smoke points, which means they're suitable for different cooking methods. Look for oils with longer shelf lives, like coconut oil or ghee, and consider storing them in a cool, dark place to preserve their freshness. And let's not forget about the importance of seed saving. If you have the space, even a small garden can provide you with a renewable source of fresh produce. Learn how to save seeds from your favorite fruits and vegetables so you can be more self-sufficient in the years to come. Knowing how to grow your own food is an invaluable skill to have in your back pocket. Let's face it, many of us rely on that morning cup of coffee to jumpstart our day. But what happens when our daily caffeine fix becomes a luxury we can no longer afford? Sadly, that's the reality we're facing. Coffee production is incredibly vulnerable to climate change. We're seeing more and more extreme weather events, from droughts to floods, impacting coffee-growing regions around the world. This, coupled with rising shipping costs and political instability in key producing countries, means coffee prices are set to skyrocket. Now, I'm not saying you have to give up your coffee entirely, although reducing your caffeine dependence is never a bad idea. But we need to be smart about our consumption. Consider buying coffee beans in bulk and storing them properly in airtight containers to preserve their freshness. Experiment with different brewing methods to get the most out of your beans. And if you're open to exploring alternatives, tea and yerba mate are great options that offer their own unique health benefits. It's all about adapting and finding solutions that work for you and your budget. The sour future of citrus protecting your vitamin C intake. Citrus fruits like oranges, lemons, and grapefruits are not only delicious but also packed with vitamin C, an essential nutrient for a healthy immune system. But here's the catch. Citrus trees are incredibly sensitive to changes in climate and susceptible to a nasty disease called citrus greening, which has been decimating crops. This means that fresh citrus fruits are going to become increasingly expensive and potentially even scarce in the coming years. So, what can we do? Well, stocking up on frozen concentrates is a great way to ensure you have a source of vitamin C on hand. You can also look for alternative sources of this vital nutrient such as bell peppers, strawberries, and even broccoli. And if you have a green thumb, why not try growing your own citrus indoors? With a little bit of care and attention, you can enjoy fresh, homegrown citrus fruits all year round. Grains like wheat, rice, and corn are the backbone of our global food system, but they're facing a perfect storm of challenges. Geopolitical conflicts, climate change, and rising fuel costs are creating a volatile market where prices are soaring and supplies are becoming increasingly unpredictable. This means that relying solely on supermarket shelves for our daily bread could be a risky strategy. That's why it's crucial to diversify our grain consumption. Explore ancient grains like quinoa, amaranth, and millet, which are not only nutritious but also more resilient to climate change. And if you really want to be prepared, learning how to store wheat berries long-term and grind your own flour is an invaluable skill. Imagine the peace of mind knowing you have a supply of this essential staple, no matter what's happening in the world. Calling all chocolate lovers. I hate to break it to you, but our favorite indulgence is facing an uncertain future. Cocoa production is highly susceptible to extreme weather events, and we're seeing more severe droughts and unpredictable rainfall patterns in key cocoa-growing regions. This, combined with labor shortages and rising transportation costs, means that chocolate, especially high-quality chocolate, is going to become a luxury item. Now, I'm not suggesting we all become cocoa hoarders, but it's wise to be prepared. Learn some basic cocoa-based recipes so you can stretch your supply further. Consider exploring lower-quality substitutes like carob, which can be used in baking. And hey, maybe this is a good opportunity to reduce our overall sugar intake and explore healthier dessert options. The food on our tables relies heavily on the hard work of countless individuals, particularly in the agricultural sector. But labor shortages, driven by changing immigration policies and an aging farming population, are creating significant challenges for food production. This means that fruits, vegetables, and other labor-intensive crops are likely to see price increases and potential shortages in the coming years. So, how can we prepare for this? Well, one strategy is to familiarize ourselves with preserved, pickled, dehydrated, or canned versions of these foods. These methods not only extend shelf life but also allow us to stock up when prices are lower. Supporting local farmers markets and community-supported agriculture programs is another great way to ensure a more resilient local food system. And let's not forget about the human cost of our food. It's more important than ever to be mindful of where our food comes from and to advocate for fair labor practices within the agricultural industry. So there you have it, folks. 7 foods that are likely to see significant price increases in 2025. But remember, knowledge is power. And by taking proactive steps today, we can mitigate the impact of these rising costs on our families. If you found this video helpful, be sure to check out my other videos on food storage and preservation techniques. I share practical tips and tricks to help you extend the shelf life of your food and make the most of your resources. For those of you who are ready to dive deeper into the world of food preparedness, I encourage you to check out the membership area of my channel. We have a dedicated section on food storage, with in-depth tutorials, downloadable resources, and even a thriving community forum where you can connect with other like-minded individuals. We're also running an ongoing community course on food and food storage, covering everything from building a well-stocked pantry to advanced preservation methods. Don't forget to download your free copy of my emergency food supply checklist using the link in the description below. It's packed with valuable information to help you get started on your preparedness journey. Stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you in the next video.